points of two sides of a triangle. In figure, triangle is given and point D is called as midpoint because that point divides side AB into two equal parts. Is it correct? And point E is called as midpoint because that point also divides side AC into two equal parts. When segment joining the midpoints, which segment we join here? DE. Measure the length of D. All student measure the length of D. Measure length D. Measure length of DE. We measure here and this length DE measure how length you get 2.5. Measure the length BC. DE is 2.5 and measure the length BC 5 centimeter. What is the relation? This 2.5 is BC is how many times the D? BC is half of D or DE is half of BC? This DE is half of BC. This 2.5 is half of 5 rupees. Is it correct? This is 5 rupees. 2.5 rupees is the half of 5 rupees. Is it correct? Yes. How many students get this relation? This DE is half of BC. Many students get that relation. Means we can say that the segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is half of the remaining side, third side, and this DE is what we say intersect. DE is S and DE is parallel, means that segment is half of third side and also parallel to it. That DE is also parallel to third side BC. Means theorem is the segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then that segment is parallel to third side and half of it. Parallel to third side and half of it. The segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is half of the third side and also parallel to third side. That segment is parallel to third side and segment is half of it we get here. Then this theorem is proved in how many parts? Four parts. First part is given. In given we draw figure and which sentence we consider here. The sentence from if to then. If then is present here. If and then were not present here, then which part we consider? Otherwise, next part is to prove. In to prove, which part we consider? No, the segment is half the third side and parallel to third side. Which segment joining we get here? Segment DE is half the third side, means yes, DE is half of BC and segment DE also parallel to third side, means a segment DE parallel segment BC. That is the two proof. Then remaining sentence we write in given. Joining word is not important. Which word is important? Midpoints of two sides. That we write in detail here. Which are the midpoints and of which sides? Of a triangle. In triangle, name of triangle. In triangle ABC, good. Tell the midpoints of which sides? Point B is the midpoint of side AB. Point B is the midpoint of side AB and
point E is the midpoint of side AC.
and point E is the midpoint of side AC. Point E is the midpoint of side AC. Then next part is after to prove construction is important. This segment joining we increase at E side at point F such that distance DE and increasing distance are we draw similar. Here point F, this EF distance is equal to S DE. Here we increase this segment and length of DE and EF we draw similar. Here point F, this segment and this segment we draw similar. Increase or produce means increase, produce segment DE at point F such that EF is equal to DE. What we write here? Yes, produce segment we increase here, segment DE, produce segment DE at point, produce segment DE at point F such that segment EF is similar to DE. After that, next is proof. Before that, for completing triangle, for getting triangle, what we join? As CF we can join, also AF we can join, but same triangle we can't get. After joining CF we get similar triangles, this triangle and this triangle like similar, is it correct? What we join here? CF, good. Join segment CF and join segment CF. Then here we show two triangles. We show congruent. Which are them? Triangle ADE and CFE. Start from A here. ADE. Here triangle ADE and one correspondence. Small mistake. A correspond one correspondence to E, not wrong. C F E. Yes, we show these two triangles are congruent. First condition is segment AE congruent segment EC. Why? Good. Actually not given. AE, where AE and EC not given here actually. What is given? Why AE and EC are congruent? We write here segment AE congruent segment EC, and reason is Next. Yes, which is the midpoint? Yes, point E is the midpoint of AC and that is given. Here, point E is the midpoint of AC and this is given. Point E is midpoint of AC and this is given. Then next condition, second condition.
Angle ABD congruent angle CEF.
Good. Why these angles are congruent?
Opposite angle.
Yes, these are opposite angles and opposite angles always congruent. Good. Tell here
Angle AED.
angle AED. Good. Angle AED congruent.
Angle CEF.
Angle CEF. Good. And reason is these are opposite angles. And good. Third condition.
Segment EF.
Good. Segment D congruent segment EF. Good answer given here. Segment. Tell here
EF congruent segment
DE, not DF.
DE.
Congruent
Segment EF.
and reason is
Construction.
yes, good. Because this is construction. In construction, we do similar. We take similar. Three conditions are getting here. Therefore,
Triangle ADE congruent triangle
good.
CFESS.
Yes. A congruent triangle CFE. Already we write here triangle's name. Triangle ADE congruent triangle CFE and reason is tell all student yes A yes in that triangle yes A yes this is side angle side yes A yes here also yes A yes by yes A yes taste good. Therefore, if two triangles are congruent, then
Angle DAE congruent
angle
DAE.
this A angle congruent with
Angle C.
C this three letters
Angle E.
start from E
Angle EC.
from E
Angle ECF.
angle ECF and here start from E
Angle EAD.
angle EAD good angle EAD congruent angle ECF and reason is
CAC.
SCACT. What is the long form?
Corresponding angles are
Corresponding angles of
congruent.
congruent triangle. Good, good, very good. Next, but, much. Yes, but what we say about that angles? Yes, but these are alternate angles. But angle EAD and angle ECF are alternate angles. And when alternate angles are congruent, then what do we write conclusion? If alternate angles are congruent, here this side and these are the sides of angle, arms of angle, which contain one is transversal. Which is the transversal? AC is the transversal, and another side is, that is, that side are, we can say that, and these are the two arms of that angle which contain one is transversal, and these are the another sides, and that sides are, yes, parallel sides. Which sides? Side AD and EFC. Therefore, side AD parallel side EFC. That is, AD is parallel to FC, means AD, in place of AD we can say, is it possible AB? AD and AB are different, same line. This is increasing line. Side AB parallel side FC. Otherwise, in place of AB we can say DB only. Side, yes, DB. Line AD and line DB are same. That is equation 1. Two triangles are congruent, then corresponding angles are congruent, and from two triangles are congruent, another conclusion what we write? CSCT. Good. Here we write CACT and here we write CECT. Means
Segment AD, congruent segment C.
sides, corresponding sides are congruent. Already we write two sides. Which side is remaining? AD. And here two sides already we write. Which side remaining? Means segment AD congruent segment CF, and reason is corresponding sides of congruent triangle. But in place of AD, what we take congruent? AD congruent with, we can say that AD congruent with, good, BD, but segment AD congruent with segment BD, and reason is good, in detail. Why AD and BD are congruent?
Segment AB, midpoint of
Point
D is midpoint of AB.
Point D is midpoint of AB. Good. D is midpoint of AB, and that is given D is midpoint of AB. This is given, and we can write this conclusion. Therefore, what we write conclusion from these two. From these two sentences, what we write conclusion? Yes, good. BD congruent CF. Why we write right side is congruent? Why right side is congruent? Yes, left side is congruent. Similar, is it correct? Left side is similar, therefore right side is similar means segment BD congruent segment CF. That is segment BD means in reverse order. DB congruent segment CF means in reverse order. FC, that is equation 2. From equation 1 and 2. S. From equations 1 and 2. In equation 1, side DB parallel side FC, and in equation 2, side DB congruent with FC means DB and FC are congruent and DB and FC are parallel. Is it correct? In figure, DB and FC are congruent and parallel. These are opposite sides of which quadrilateral? ACFD. BCFDS, quadrilateral BCFD, its opposite sides are congruent and parallel. Therefore, what we write conclusion? Yes, this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Good. Quadrilateral BCFD. Quadrilateral BCFD is a parallelogram because if only one pair of opposite sides opposite and sides we write together. Opposite sides are congruent and parallel. Then it is a parallelogram. By that theorem, we can write this is parallelogram. and therefore if quadrilateral DBCFD is a parallelogram, this quadrilateral we draw here for our understanding. BCFD, this is parallelogram, therefore we can say that these sides, as these sides are parallel and these sides are congruent. Tell here which sides are parallel. Parallel, and DF and BC are congruent. Yes. Tell here side DF parallel side BC and segment DF congruent segment BC. But DF is parallel to BC. DF is parallel to BC means its part also, its part DE, can we say parallel to BC? This big segment means small segment also parallel, means segment DE parallel segment S. Segment DE is parallel to segment BC, and that is the first proof we hear. Hence the proof. Is it correct? DE and what remaining? We study in detail for only this big segment. DF is made from two parts, which are them DE and EF. Is it correct? But DE and EF are correct. Congruent means we can write conclusion. This DE part is, both parts are similar, and after joining both parts we get big part. DF is the big part. This small part is how many times of big part? This small part is 2 times the big part. This small part is how many times the big part? Half. That is DE is equal to half of big part is DF. DE is equal to half of DF, and DE is half of DF. Because why? Because DE and EF are similar, and that is construction that we take in construction. Because of construction we write this conclusion. Go. DE is equal to 1 upon 2. DF is congruent with DF is congruent with S. DF is congruent with BC means in place of DF we can write BC because from equation 3 we can write this conclusion, and that is the another part of proof. D is equal to half BC. Is it correct? D is equal to half BC. Yes, this is one part, and D is parallel to BC. Already we prove here D is parallel to BC and D is half of BC. In this way we can prove both part, hence the proof. Is any difficulty? This is the small solution of that theorem. Is any difficulty?